In August 2023, one of the deadliest wildfires in U.S. history broke out in Hawaii. On that tragic day, Sean Fuji Seribe was in his tattoo studio with some of his tenants when they noticed the flames closing in on them, driven by 130-kilometer-per-hour winds. Immediately, the gates of hell opened for Fuji and his friends. They were surrounded by flames, doomed to be killed by the heat and the ashes. At that moment, 42-year-old Fuji remembered his children and made them a promise. Took the group in search for open space. He led them to a churchyard he knew that had a water faucet. Well, the group used hoses and buckets to wet the area and keep the fire away, but the heat was unbearable, burning their clothes and skin. Sadly, forest fires are becoming increasingly frequent around the world. In the United States alone, these devastating events are occurring twice as often as they did 20 years ago. Average, the country has more than 72,000 forest fires every year, destroying almost 3 million hectares of forest. That's the equivalent of burning the entire state of Hawaii every year. On top of that, the flames can kill dozens of people, but many others are also killed by the consequences of exposure to fire smoke. Scientists at the University of Tasmania in Australia have estimated that health complications from wildfire smoke kill up to 340,000 people worldwide each year. With wildfires becoming more frequent, it might only be a matter of time before one shows up where you live. You might be tempted to hop in your vehicle and drive as fast as possible to get away, but that would be a mistake. As you'll see later in our video, when it comes to escaping wildfires, slow and steady wins the race. But before we get to that, let's explore how you can prepare and what you should do if these deadly flames ever come your way. Step 1, lock your crib. If you live near a forested area, you need to be ready to react quickly if a wildfire strikes. During the hot, dry season, stay constantly informed if there are forest fires in your area. If there are, and you have enough time before running away, you'll need to turn off any gas lines into your home and move any fuel sources like gasoline, alcohol, or propane tanks. Even if you don't live near a woodland area, experts recommend wetting the roof of your home to prevent ashes or other embers from igniting it in the wind. If you live in a fire-prone area, it's a good idea to install sprinklers on your roof so that you can activate them quickly in an emergency. It's also a good idea to get rid of flammable materials like wood, dry bushes, and grass beforehand. If you can, fill all possible containers with water before leaving the premises. Sinks, bathtubs, or buckets filled with water can help slow the fire if it breaks into your home. But make no mistake, you need to leave as soon as possible. Step 2, grab a wet towel. Not surprisingly, breathing is the most crucial thing in a wildfire, but all the smoke and ash will make it almost impossible. If you can, take a medical mask like the N95 to filter out large airborne particles. If you don't have one handy, breathe through tissues or pieces of cloth, but they need to be wet to better filter out the small particles. When the Australian fires of 2009 swept through his home, Tony Thomas and his family could only survive by breathing through the tea towels they had with them and kept wet. Remember, water will be crucial to stop the fire from spreading and to help you breathe. Step 3, layer up. Before going out, you'll need to be as properly dressed as possible. It'll be hot, but light clothing like t-shirts and shorts will leave your body exposed to ashes and embers that can burn your skin. Wear sturdy shoes that can withstand the hot ground and put on thick layers of cotton, which are more fire-resistant than many synthetic materials and will protect your skin from burning cinders. Step 4, drive slowly. Don't leave on foot. Forest fires move at an average speed of 22 kilometers per hour, nearly twice the rate that humans can run over long distances. And believe me, fire can run a long distance. Use any vehicle at your disposal, preferably a car. It will allow you to lock the windows and put the air conditioning on in recirculation mode to prevent smoke from entering. Yeah, pretty. And since other people will also be trying to flee the fire, keep your car as visible as possible. Turn on your headlights and prepare to be uncomfortable. It'll be hot. Now, don't rush. If you drive too fast, you increase your chances of being caught in a fire due to wreckage or an accident. And slowing down will also help you figure out which way the wind is blowing. It's essential to drive in the same direction as the wind. Otherwise, you could risk going back into the fire. And don't forget to turn on the radio, as the authorities will be broadcasting emergency messages. Step 5, go swimming. If it's impossible to drive and the flames are getting closer, look for a body of water. It's what saved the lives of many of the victims of the 2023 fires in Maui. Even if you can't swim, just diving in up to your shoulders could save your life. Unfortunately, forest fires and bushfires can also cause other natural disasters to intensify. The 2019 wildfires in Australia caused a change in ocean temperature that propelled a stronger La Nina phenomenon, causing more unpredictable hurricanes and disasters in the United States and the Caribbean.